Hey everybody, we're getting close to the end of the Down and Dirty series. This is the fun episode where we're going to talk about signing sounds, switches, and all sorts of other good things. We've been talking about this plane. This is the E-Flight Mall, but this is the FMS version of it, painted in blue. I don't know, is that blue working for you? Because I don't typically like blue planes because this is about the same color as the sky. It's a pretty color, just not for me. Let's transition now. Let's talk about this. We are going to talk about the how we're going to assign switches. And the first one I do for sound is going to take a little while because I want to take you through everything. But the rest of them are very quick. We just clone and change a couple things. So these are all the switch positions. You can see flaps are on switch A. High and low rates are on switch B. Throttle cut is on switch H. And we're also going to set up a record telemetry. And then for extra credit, we're going to put the buttons in the back. One will call out time, one will call out the VFR value. So we got a lot to get to. Let's see. Let's jump into that. I have to get into. Here we go. Transition to this one right here. All right. Now we are back in Ethos Suite. How do we get to this? This is where we want to get to. We're going to start off here, and you go into Models, and you move to the next page and go to Special Functions. Clearly, there's no special function set up. Actually, there's one right here. Play audio high rates. I don't know what that one is. If you ever want to get rid of something, just delete it like that. Okay, so the first special function we're going to set up is going to be this thing, write logs. These are telemetry logs, and I always put it first because it's easy to forget this. We're going to make it enabled. Active condition is going to be switch H, but it's going to be switch H down. That's the right one. Okay, so and write interval is 250 milliseconds. That's 4 times a second, which should be good enough for you. Okay. Everything else looks good. So this was a fairly simple one to set up. And you can see this little red light here. When switch H is down, that light comes on. That means it's recording your telemetry logs. And then when you press it again, it comes off. Okay. So we have the first one down. Now let's set up a sound. We're going to set up flaps, and flaps is on switch A up. So we are going to hit plus again. This time we're going to go to play audio. We're going to go to enable, and instead of being always on, we want to do switch A up. There we go. So we set that up, and then the repeat is only going to be once on. Actually, you know what? On flaps up. Yeah, for flaps up, it's only once. We want to turn skip and startup on because what that means is that whenever you start the model file up, it's not going to tell you the position. Okay, now this is where it gets a little interesting. We have to add a new sequence line. And this is where people were getting all confused. We're going to play a file, and we're going to set up a file. So this one is going to be flaps up. So I've already found one right there. And I'm going to hit return. And you can see that when I press the voice, it should say flaps up. I don't know if I turn the volume down. We'll try it again. I can't hear it.
Flaps up.
There we go. So we got that one set up. And then what we're going to do is get out of here. You can see play audio flaps up. That is what we set up. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on it one more time. Hit
Flaps
clone.
up.
I'm going to go into edit. So this time all I'm going to do is switch this switch from SA up to SA middle. And the only other thing I'm going to change is inside of here. So instead of being flaps up, we want flaps 1. And So now we have that set up. And I'm going to clone this one again. And this time I'm going to go and edit. And instead of switch A middle, guess which one it is. You're so smart. Of course, to switch A down. And I'm going to go down here. Going to edit and go into flaps 2. So what will happen is if I set this up right.
Flaps 1, flaps 2, flaps 1, flaps up.
Calls out all the voices. So far so good. Now the next one we're going to work on is we're going to work on high rates and low rates. So being as lazy as I am, all I do is clone this again. Go into edit and I go into, this time I want to do, so this is going to be manual.
Flaps 1, flaps 2.
Oops. B up. Switch B up. I want it to say manual, so I come down here. And you can just click inside of there. All we're going to do is change the file to manual. If I can find, manual. Alright, that would probably do it right there. And then the next one, so these go together pretty quickly once you figure out you can clone these things. Alright, edit, switch B middle. So go into here, we did that one. So I'm recording all this in real time so you can see how fast it goes. So this one is going to be high rates. And I think I had that right up here. There we go. By the way, you can record these. There's another video I've done where you can record these somewhere on the internet and bring your own sound files in. And Ethos Suite actually has a way to convert the sound files for you. Alright, so we have high rates. Now all we have to do is clone and go down to make this. I want to edit. Go into here, go down one more. There we go. And we just go down here. Change high rates to guess what? Again, you're so smart. If G, let's see. Here we go, low rates. Alright, let's try this. Switch G. Alright, so what we're going to do is switch B on this one. Ooh, I went too far. And we're starting to add, let's see how fast.
High rates, low rates. High rates, manual, high rates, low rates.
Perfect. My gosh, we're doing so well. So then the next one we're going to work on is throttle cut and throttle active. So we just go, oops, I didn't want to do that. Again, if you ever do something you don't want to do, just click on it once, hit delete, and it's gone. I wanted to clone this one.
Low rates.
Alright, so go inside of here. Long press, you can get in there. And this is switch H up. So H has two positions. This is the long skinny one next to the left of the monitor. And I want that one to say throttle cut. So go into here. I don't know if I put that. So sometimes I try to keep this. You can go and put these dashes in. That kind of makes things a little easier to find. So in case you don't do that, let's see. Hover, high rates, low rates. I think I did it here. G-K-L-M-N-O-Q. Throttle cut right there. Alright. Return. And I saw that throttle active was right next to it, so this makes it easy to
throttle cut.
Oh, thank you. Nice and clear. I like that voice. So this one is just switched down. There we go. And we go down here and we change edit from throttle cut to throttle active. And If that's correct, we'll have the voices.
Throttle active.
Throttle cut.
Okay. Oh, you can also see the light go on and off there as well. Okay, cool. So we've done a lot of... I want to make sure of something. We might... When we did this all the way, the very first one, write logs, I don't know if we assigned... Oh, I see the state. Nope, was not that one. I want to delete that. Again, if you ever put something there, just go all the way to the top. Write logs, edit, enable, switch H down. Okay, perfect. Just making sure we have everything we need here. All right. So the last two things we need to do is set up a time call out. And these are the back switches. So if you're holding the transmitter with your right finger, probably your index finger in the back, there's that little button. So that, I believe that's switch I. So what we're going to do is we're going to assign a sound to that one. This one's going to be a little bit different. So what we're going to do is, again, being lazy, I clone everything. Go in here, long press, play audio. So this one I believe is I.
Throttle active.
Yeah, switch I. So switch I is what we call a momentary switch, which means that you let go of it, spring loaded. So you let go of it, it's off. You have to push it in order to make it work. And if you keep it, a lot of times what people do is they'll push it in and then let go of it and then try to assign it, and then it doesn't work. So you have to hold it in and hit return when you hold it in. So switch I, we got that set up, right? Switch I in, or you can choose it like I did from the screen. That's another easy way to do it. Okay, so this one's a little different. Instead of playing file, we're going to play a value. And the value we want to do is source. We're going to go to timers. So what I did is, let me show you how I did that, because people will ask me how to do this. So I've had people call me up and tell me that things in my video aren't there. All right, so go to source, and what we're going to do is use the up arrow, or just the up scroll. So click into that and go to timers. And remember the 8-minute countdown? That's right there. So when we push that in, it will work. And I'm going to do one other one here, which is just the same time. I'm going to clone that. And this time, I'm going to long press on it. And instead of switch I down, is switch J down. All right, so we got that all set up. And instead of being an 8-minute countdown, we are just going to change that to, this one's interesting, it goes up to telemetry. And this won't work until you actually have a receiver hooked up to your plane. And I'm going to go for this 2 point, people are sending me messages. All right. I got a gazillion different things. I was looking for VFR. Well, you can do VFR of 900 megahertz. I don't know if this one on this demo was 900 megahertz or if it's somewhere down the list. But anyways, you press it in, you get it. So with that, what will happen, let's see. Special functions. If I press I in.
8 minutes, 100%. 8 minutes, 100%.
And you can see that I have both things happening at the same time. So you say to yourself, wow, how did that happen? Looks like I hit 2 switches at the same time. So go back into edit. Active condition, switch H. No, it's not that one. Play audio 8 minutes down. So this one, it should be J. That's why it didn't work.
8 minutes.
Okay, and then J.
100%.
Okay. And with that, we have everything. So let's mark this as a very good episode. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, we'll catch you on the next video.